Let's count it in. 3, 2, 1.
Spears and Steinberg.
You know what the it is?
Aries and Andy. Chew and the jerk.
You know it's time to get this work.
The real raw, gutter, uncut, cold. No political corrections.
Always sleep.
Being awoke. We discuss politics and jokes.
Subscribe, we lit.
There's levels to this shit. Before you was on your mama.
Harry Spears don't give a fuck.
We talk about race a lot, racism. Much love to my loyal bag holders.
Rollers, loaders.
We got them in the folders.
The whole world on our shoulders.
Spears and Steinberg.
Yeah.
Yo, guys, welcome to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. Before we get deep into this, really quick, we premiered the phone number so you guys can call in and leave voicemail messages. And I'm going to do that again. And after about a couple times of me doing this, hopefully you'll have it. It'll be memorized, locked, so I don't have to do this no more. But if you want to call into the Spears and Steinberg podcast and get some off your chest, the number is 617-942-0401. That's 617-942-0401. 3, 2, 1.
That's pretty good.
I'm a beast, nigga.
That's good because that isn't even in your. That's not in your sound area, is it?
It's easy though.
It's easy.
Yeah,
because it's a slight whisper. It's more of a whisper.
You know what they say about Aries as a comedian? He's a goddamn genius.
Wait, can you do this one? I love this quote. It says here they put Jews in ovens.
Says here, when I read it, they put Jews in ovens.
Dude, that gave me. That is right on how he said it. Dude, that is creepy as. Dude, this I hate to say this though. I was affected by this, like not affected like oh my mind's twisted. Affected like when I turned off the lights that night. Like I was like, you know, I looked around. I the eeriness of it.
Yeah,
affected me. Like I was like, you know, because the truth of this is, anyone is that person. You don't know who it is. They're walking around and they could have that little voice that you just did right there, or they could have whatever voice, but they you don't know what it is.
The killer, the boogeyman, is never aggressive. It ain't intimidating voice, and it's always the guy you don't see.
Yeah,
it's Dahmer. I just want to take some pictures.
The background.
It's the calm.
It's the background because you never paying attention to the background. That's why I'm like. I don't know. Like after I saw that, and Tara had to go do some stuff, and I went and I said, "Just be careful." You know, I never say that. Because what is just be careful? You don't have any control over careful. To be honest, be aware. I mean, it'd be more likely to say, "Be aware." Just be aware.
Right.
That would make more sense to me. Be careful. I don't know what that is. You walk quietly.
Yeah.
I was just. It affected me that way, where I was like to Tara, be careful. Like I wanted to call my kids, hey man, just watch what you're doing, because like you said, you just don't know.
Right. Speaking of kind of which, there's a moment where Adeline Watkins was babysitting for this family, and she couldn't do it, so she gets the mom of these kids to let Charlie do it. Why am I saying Charlie? Ed do it.
Eddie.
I was thinking Charlie. What's his real name?
Hoonan.
I was thinking his real name. So she gets convinces the mom to let him do it, and I just went, "What the is wrong with people's judgment?" This mother and a mom has an instinct. Mothers have instincts. Her maternal instincts didn't tell her, you gonna let this dude watch your kids? Oh, that was the other one. So it was the hardware owner he killed in the thing, the lady with the bar, and the babysitter.
She was
Remember?
She was good looking.
Did she? Yeah. Did she? Was that one real? He didn't kill the babysitter.
There was that character was maybe I don't think they ever found her body, but she probably was like murdered, but it wasn't by Ed.
What? Stop. What do you mean?
There wasn't really like a connection to Ed.
They showed a whole big moment where he's torturing her.
Again, he didn't torture people. He just shot a couple.
Oh,
people.
come on, man. Come on, man. We should sue Netflix or somebody.
It's right.
This is ridiculous. They made it a whole spooky thing. How he followed her. He was pissed because she took his job. So let me give it better context. So Charlie gets hired to babysit the kids. He takes the kids out of their house, brings them to his house, where he tells them he's going to perform magic for them. The magic trick is he takes a head that he's severed, puts it on top of his head, and pulls his shirt up over his head to basically put the dead head on top of his head. And then eventually the kids kind of go, oh, that's not magic, or whatever they say, something to piss him off. Then he rips open, he takes the dead head off of his head. His head, still can't see his real head because it's covered with the shirt. But then he gets mad and opens up the shirt, revealing his face with a dead skin on top of his face. And of course, the kids get freaked the out. Cut to, he drives the kids back home. The mother frantically runs out of the house because she's like, where are my kids? What did you do with my kids? He goes, I just took them to my house for a magic show. And then the father damn near almost whoops his ass on the street because he's like, what the did you do with my kids? So then from there, of course, the mom fires him as the babysitter. She hires a new girl, or the old babysitter comes back. And then Charlie's mad at her because he's going, you took my job. So they show him follow her throughout town. Then eventually the kids are at home, sleep, while the old babysitter is babysitting them. And then like a movie, there's a sound. She hears a sound. So while the kids are sleeping on the floor, she gets up from the couch, walks into the basement. She sees an open window. Next thing you know, boom, Charlie's behind her. Why I keep saying Charlie? Ed is behind her, puts a plastic bag over her head. Cut to, I guess they're back at his house, and before he kills her, he tortures her. None of that's true.
So he did apparently babysit, but I think that just shows that because they described him as like related more to children. But I feel like that just goes to show that, you know, like in the series, he seems so creepy. Like, obviously, how could you ever let this guy?
That's what I'm saying.
Children.
I'm like,
but he was probably more normal passing, and
Well,
that's why people let them babysit. They were, I think, kids maybe did go to his house, and they were around some of the weird that he had, but I don't think he ever did like that magic trick. So that's, but I mean, you could have showed that, and it's still creepy.
Childlike is a way to describe it, because I think that he had to have some kind of, like, he wasn't fully developed. If you're not realizing that you're going to kill somebody by hitting them with a log or those kind of things, I think you're underdeveloped.
Well, we don't know that.
I don't know, but he does have a childlike personality, though, even though they made it creepier, but it does seem.
Yeah, he was like, this was like Forrest Gump with a bad mom.
Yeah.
Okay, but let me go back though. Dude, if you're taking creative liberties to this extent, if we're watching a lie.
That's why it's not called a doc. It's a movie.
I know, but damn.
The Ed Gein story. That's what it's called.
Somebody should be in trouble for this.
Look how you are so offended that they did this.
Yeah,
to you.
because I bought into all of it, which made it so great to me.
Yeah.
But even documentaries aren't 100% accurate. The interpretation of the person who's put in there, you have to fill in blanks.
Because I'm just going, dude. And they even showed in the beginning when Adele takes Charlie to the lady's house to go, yeah, I can't babysit, but Charlie can. They showed moments where the mom was kind of like certain things he would say, and she'd kind of give him a little bit of a side eye, like, that's odd. And then you go, yeah, watch my kids. That's nuts.
Well, they trusted Adeline.
Dude, now it's coming together for me. You know, it's like, yeah, they had to lie. Because if you cast a girl to play Adeline that looked like that bitch, and you got her and Ed sitting on your couch. There's no way.
You just can't. You think the girl that they cast is. You don't
Yes.
want. You don't want to think anybody is a killer.
And even if she's not, she's too cute. She's too cute.
She's hot. It made it more enticing. It made the whole thing. It made the storyline move because she was sexy. You want a sexy killer. You want to look at someone. Listen, let's be honest. As men, a crazy girl is better. It's like.
So did you think Kathy Bates was sexy and?
No, because that's the missing part. Kathy Bates isn't sexy. If you would have had a sexy girl playing it, everybody still would want to the one beating the shit out of her.
He'd have been like, as long as I get to break the other foot.
So that's what it is. Because sexually crazy is hot. It's not, but that's not real life.
Yeah, until it's time to put your clothes back on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm being honest. That's just the way it is. Crazy, sexy. But crazy sexy.
Now we're at this moment. Now here's what I went. Oh, this is on some other shit. When they show this in bed, Ed, and the way the camera's moving, I'm like, and then you see the stitches, the nipple of female breasts, and I'm like, is this nigga wearing a dead woman's skin torso as a shirt? And then he pulls one of the vulvas out and puts that on top of his penis while wearing the women's panties. Yeah, man, this nigga got to go. This nigga got to go. He serves no purpose in life.
Is that true?
He definitely wore people's.
Yeah, no, but what about the vulvas and
Like
was that part of his sexual
This is
appetite?
all-
I tell, but the point is he didn't have a sexual appetite. None of this was fueled by.
Whatever, regardless as to whether it's a sexual appetite, whatever you want to call this freaky, putting a dead pair of lips on top of your while wearing women's panties, while wearing a female torso as a shirt.
Yeah, he was just trying to bring back his mom or something. It was something, some fascination like that. I don't know.
That's the way you brought it back to the mom though. That's the height of sickness, man. Because if that the mom connection is there, and so we know that's true. But to want to bring back your mom in every aspect.
And I think that's it kind of was the profile of the women that he would dig up and even like killed and stuff. They were like older women. So
Okay, so okay, here we go. Unraveling the So wait a minute. So when you go, okay, so he only killed 2 people. In this, the babysitter, the hardware store lady.
not the babysitter. He didn't kill the babysitter.
I'm talking about in this.
Oh yeah.
The bar lady. Did he kill the 2 hunters with the chainsaw?
Ed Gein never used chainsaw, and he did not kill.
Oh, come on!
He didn't kill those hunters.
That was more of a nod to the Texas team.
So he didn't kill those dudes? That wasn't real?
No.
Man.
It's great in the movie though.
But it was unrealistic in the movie because I'm going, wait a minute. 2 alpha males, both with hunting rifles, are running from a dude with a chainsaw. You both have hunting rifles, and you're running from a man with a chainsaw.
Well, they also saw what he had displayed in his barn.
I don't give a what they saw. The moment you see that, you know what sound you hear?
Boom.
We got to get ready for this. So yeah, they walk into his barn, and I mean, just mutilated body, human body that like he cut open viciously.
But
he didn't do that. He didn't do that.
What's the point, right? Just create a whole just make a fictional fucking
Why?
thing.
How would you lie on somebody like this?
And there's so much up about the real Ed Gein story that
You mean up beyond what's suggested?
I mean, the dude dug up bodies and wore. Why do we have to make up all this?
because
shit
that's
about
too
it?
easy, and it doesn't.
What's too easy? Oh, just digging up a body?
Yeah, it doesn't attack you. Like it's safe. Think about it. It's safe. If
It's
he's
a dead body.
If he's just going to go take dead bodies, and you're safe because you're alive. If he starts killing living people, now we're not safe anymore, and that's the point, is to make you feel uneasy that you're not safe. That's why I'm laughing at some of this stuff.
See. And again, this company Monster, when they did Dahmer, there was no exaggeration in that.
There's some things in the Dahmer that are not correct.
Really?
Yeah, they took a little bit of licensing in Dahmer.
How much would you say percentage-wise?
I don't know. I really
the
don't know.
Menendez thing, was that pretty accurate?
The Menendez thing is a lot of speculation that happens in the Menendez thing.
Oh, Monster, I'm done with you.
No. They make good shows. They make you. It's entertaining, and you're watching it. It's entertainment. This isn't knowledge. This is entertainment. Menendez, the only reason I'm saying they're speculating is because no one was there. We don't know exactly how everything went down. It's just the two brothers. And they can't confirm everything that those guys said.
Okay, but how is that any different from we weren't there for the Ed Gein killings? How do we know?
Well, again, Mark just said that. We don't know if the babysitter was actually killed or not. She disappeared.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, she probably was killed. That person was real. That did happen, but not. It's like one of those things. Just looking, after they discovered all this, they look back at all the other things, and they never tied him to it. He never admitted. But it's just kind of like one of those.
But at that time, they would, if they can't tie you to it and you didn't admit it, it doesn't mean it didn't happen. It just means that they moved on because they already had you in lockup for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but then it doesn't really fit what he. Okay, so like they didn't find any of her clothes or body parts.
No Volvos were at her.
Yeah, like they
never.
never.
At the house.
All that stuff was mostly just the corpses and the two people that he killed.
Well, in the series, they make it seem like there's hundreds of bodies. Like they can't figure out how many bodies there are. But that's because he's also digging up bodies, though, too.
It was a substantial amount. With the Dahmer thing, though, that one I think that one didn't get as much backlash because I mean, just looking on Grok or whatever, it says the majority of that was
True,
somewhat.
True, but they did they have to take some licensing when they do this. They have to make the story connect.
Yeah, I don't mind that, but God damn it, this is leaps and bounds.
You know what this is? This is almost like the Ed Gein story told by the three movies that his.
And that's another interesting part of it, you know. And he did have like a lot of hallucinations. Who knows? You can maybe be like some of this is made up. Like at the end of it, I'm like, was Adeline even real? Like the way that they tried the.
Well, they showed the real Adeline.
I know, but like.
Yeah, because he's so out there.
At the end, he kind of had this like.
Did every conversation he have with her actually exist? Is a good idea. He could manifest her if he needed to.
When you and that's why for me, I had obviously seen all of this before you had, and that's why when you said to me in episode by you were 3 episodes in, you go, it's all right. I kept going, man. Wait till he gets it. He don't know yet. Wait till he gets to this part, and this part, and this part. That's why I'm going, I know it's going to get him, because now that brings me to this. Here's another moment where I just went, oh, what the when he's the dead body. The woman he dug up out of the grave because Adeline didn't like her and told him to. So, and the whole context of this was he asks her to marry him. Of course, he takes a ring off a dead woman's finger. At one point, Adeline kind of jumps his bones, wanting to him, and he gets all weirded out about it. But then at some point, he's finally ready to have sex with her and impregnate her. But she's telling him no now, and she suggests, well, if you're that horny, a dead body. So he digs up this broad, puts her on the table, and he starts his dead body for days. So much so that at one point, he brings out perfume to spray on her because he knows the corpse stinks. That's not true?
No, I don't think that's true. But here's the thing: if they didn't make up all this other shit, then you can throw in him bodies, I feel like, and you'd be like, yeah, that's creative liberty.
Well, if none of it is true, you can do whatever the you want anytime you want.
Yeah.
There's a good chance, though, that if he did have a sexual urge, he might have.
I mean, who wouldn't? Yeah, if you're already going that deep, you might as well.
I didn't appreciate the who wouldn't part.
Here's what I didn't like. So obviously this is a dead body. There's no way the pussy's wet. How are you jamming your into this dry orifice? You didn't lick his hand or nothing.
That's the problem you had with?
I'm saying, though. Where's the moisture?
Put some jelly on that.
You know what I mean?
the lube.
Run the sink. Get your hand wet. He just pull his pants down and jamming his into this dry dead corpse. No way.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Never fucked a dead body, so.
I'm going to go with I don't want to know the answers to these questions. You would think that, and I got to be honest, I did think the same thing.
What?
You can't just throw it in there.
No. No, nothing.
No foreplay?
But what it see, this is where it just gets creepy to even ask these questions. Though, if your first time is with the dead body, and they kind of do address this in this, is the first time is with the dead body, and that's what you're used to. When he says to Adeline, "You're too."
Oh, and I thought that moment. So Adeline goes again. She goes to New York, off to the big city, this small town. I got dreams of making it as a photographer. This guy's gonna give me an interview, and I'm gonna get this job, and my life's gonna change. You little city folk, you little town folk. And by the way, Elliot Gould plays the guy that interviews her, and he tells her her work is crap. She gets crushed.
Ellie Gould did a good job in that too. By the way.
Yeah, she's staying in this cheap.
He passed away too, though, recently, didn't he?
Did he?
Elliot Gould? I thought he did.
She's staying in this cheap 1-bedroom in New York. So much she has no money, and she can't afford a room with heat. It's the dead of winter. She's cold. That's when she complains to the landlord. And then once Elliot Gould crushes her dreams and she realizes she has to go back home, she ain't got no money, that's when I think she beat the landlord to death. Cut to, she goes back home, knocks on the door. Ed Gein opens the door, and she's got this, pouty look on her face like, I failed and I'm back. So he lets her in. And then she wants to have sex with him. But he tells her he can't do it because her body's too warm.
Yeah.
He's used to a cold, dead body. So they show, and this is how they end the episode. He has her get in a tub, a tin tub, flooded with water, and he just dumps ice all in the water to get her body cold so he could. That was very eerily creepy.
I love that.
You would.
That was just.
Is Ellie Gould alive? You pulled it up.
He's alive.
He is alive. I don't know why I thought he passed.
So you want to know if any of that's true? No. But so let me read you a little bit about Adeline Watkins. So historical records, including a book about Ed Gein, confirm Watkins had no significant role in Gein's life or crimes. She was a peripheral figure, a neighbor who knew Gein in passing, like many in Plainfield's small community. There's no evidence she was involved in his grave robbing, murders, or had any deep relationship with him. Her claim of a romance is considered a bid for attention, as she provided no verifiable details, and Ed Gein's confessions never mentioned her. No record of her traveling to New York or engaging with crime photographers. No evidence of her participating and knowing about Gein's crimes. No documented obsession with Nazi imagery.
Wow.
She was not a young anemic figure. Watkins was middle-aged and ordinary.
If they was going to give us this type of fairy tale, this should have been able to be watched on Disney. That's crazy.
It's ruining it for me. It is ruining it.
It's ruining it for me
because
too.
Everything. No, there's no connection. This is basically a story about the three stories that were made. That's what this is a story about. It's connecting all three stories. That's all it's doing. It's connecting Psycho, Chainsaw Massacre, and Silence of the Lambs. That's all it's doing.
But I mean, and I loved that part of it, and especially the ending. I really liked it. But it's like, isn't there a way that you could have shown the truth and then how it got exaggerated for these other things? Like, I don't know.
Well, when you watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that one is it's so over the top and goofy, and I the first time I watched it, I couldn't even really watch it because it was like, what the is
you
this?
You mean the movie?
Yeah, it's out there.
That shit creeped the shit out of me. That was one of the scariest movies I'd ever seen.
It's so goofy though with some of the stuff that goes on.
Maybe it's because of the time I saw it. I saw it when I was a kid. That scared the shit out of me.
But
how old were you when you saw that?
In high school, I guess.
And that didn't f with you?
No, because there's so many just goofy parts in it that you're like, you can't believe it. Like, it's not.
Shit. scared the shit out of me.
Wait, Aries, can I get you saying you're too warm?
You're too warm? Oh, it's
And
Charlie Hunnam?
Yeah.
How did he say it?
I can't sleep with you.
I can't sleep with you. You're too warm. Like even as they and you know, by episode 6, they gave a little bit of a backstory to why Adeline was f***ed up. Because at one point, her mother wants her to be I guess most women in that time wants her to be a homemaker, prepare for life as a mom.
How'd that work
and a
out for you,
wife.
Mom?
Right. And at one point, her mother basically tells her, I never wanted you. Matter of fact, when I was pregnant with you, I purposely threw myself downstairs so I could miscarriage. So I think part of and her mother said, I take blame for why you're f***ed up and why you're the way you are. Because I think that when I tried to miscarriage you by throwing myself down the stairs, it f***ed with you.
It damaged you.
It damaged you.
Yeah.
And I just went, listen, man, I know there are parents out there that are off and they may not have wanted their kids. But for dear God, if you feel like you don't want your child, why have it? Why have it and then raise it and have it live in your house? Get rid of it. Give it up for adoption. Why still try to play a mom when you don't want to?
You know, listen, I don't want to say this because it sounds so f***ed up. It sounds political. It sounds political.
Say it.
But you know, I know a lot of girls that had an abortion. I know a lot. I only know one girl that put their child up for adoption.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's something to be respected about that, though. Because
that don't sound f***ed up. It sounds like, look, if you can't handle it, rather than f*** the child's life up, give it to somebody who'll do the right thing.
Yeah, but you know, I just think I think there's something admirable about that. What you just said, giving the child up to someone who can't have a child and really wanted to have a child. There is something admirable about that. So, but it's just that to your point, as I'm listening to you, I mean, none of this is true apparently. But yeah, why do you want to f*** up your kid? That's I really. I feel like I f***ed up my kids. And I did the best job I could. And not that my kids are f***ed up, they're good kids. But you know, I always wanted to do better, just better. And my kids and you know, people around me said, "No, you did a good job." And it's just hard to believe that somebody could just actually just try intentionally. I don't want to say intentionally, but when I did things that I knew that was over the top with my kids, like if I punished or yelled at them excessively, like I went in and apologized. And I see parents that just like lose their shit. And I don't understand
my parents lost their shit, but again, deservedly so.
Yeah, but there's a point where what you're doing goes past what they did, and it's your emotions that are coming out, and it happens. But then I would always go in and tell my kids, "I'm sorry." Like it's just me and my kids. I just have this real strong. I have a good relationship with my boys, and I love them so much. When I talk about kids, like I just don't understand how we can f*** up kids, because it is the one thing that we need to do is to raise good people. And as you see these movies and we talk about these things and real people, not just this made up. Yeah, we kind of cause this. There's enough people when you said it on an assembly line when they're building people, there's going to be some defectives in there.
Yeah, throw them out. Get them out of
yeah,
there.
we don't need to add to the defective pile.
Right.
Is all I'm saying.
And you know, as this thing builds, you know, at some point you're going, when is he going to get caught? And of course, this is, you know, I get this from a movie standpoint. When the two cops go over to his house, and of course he's not home, but I guess he left the door unlocked. They walk in. It looks like a hoarder's place. There's moths all over the place. It's dark. Of course, they discover the heart that's boiling in the pot. The guy lifts the newspaper, and you see the intestines. And this all intensifies. And you're just like, oh. Cut to the two cops then call for backup. Now there's 1,000 cop cars outside the house. Charlie drives up as though, what's going on? Like, you don't know why these are here. So he gets out the truck. They immediately grab him, get ready to arrest him. So the lady who owned the hardware store, her son, and I wrote his name down, the character's name. Her name was Bernice Worden.
Well, you were in this.
Yeah, but I think her son's name was Fred or Frank. But either way, the whole time he's wondering where his mother is. And the last thing, and this is how they get to this, spoiler alert. At one point before Ed kills her, she gets him a gift. And then they get into an argument, and he ends up killing her, but the gift is still on the table in a certain section within the hardware store. The son discovers it, and there's a letter or a card that says, to Eddie. And so that's when the cops go over to Eddie's house to question him. So anyway, the dude is distraught because he's going, where's my mother? Where's my mother? What did you do with my mother? So while all the cops are in Eddie's house and Eddie's up against the pickup truck, the son looks at the barn and he's like, we've searched everywhere but the barn. And he runs to go see if his mother's in the barn. Now this is why it's killing this for me. So he goes into the barn, he looks up, and there's what's supposed to be his mother, missing head. The chainsaw cut her open down the middle like a gutted pig, and she's hanging upside down, chained from the barn. And you just hear, he falls to his knees and he lets out this scream of horror. Cut to 5 or 6 different police run in the barn to see what's going on. They see it. One dude vomits. It's just horrific. None of that happened. He didn't decapitate the woman and cut her open with the chainsaw.
Not with the chainsaw.
I don't know, maybe, probably. This is what he did. He killed her.
But he wanted the skin for tanning. He wanted to make leather out of them hides.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that because that's such a moment.
So a guy that wrote a book on him said that episode 6 was probably the most true to life.
Thank God.
He didn't.
So you're happy that she was cut up and thrown up
In terms of like what they walked into when they went over to his house. Ed actually was arrested, I think, at like the grocery store. He didn't like come home, but he was very nonchalant and confused. And
Now let me stop you right there.
Her son
Well,
did not
hold on.
find her body,
Okay, but let me stop you right there.
but he was.
Now that kind of lie
That's fine.
where it's okay, he was really arrested at the grocery store versus the house. I don't mind that because that plays more dramatic that he comes home and there's a sea of cops outside his house and he's playing dumb going, no, you know. So that is great. But don't lie to me about the body hanging up, cut open, and the head missing. Don't lie about that.
Yeah, yeah. So wait, let me see if this is.
Because what makes that moment play so great is the son is already up, wondering where his mom is, and then to see her in the most horrendous condition, and then he runs outside, and it's almost like the cops allowed him to. He grabs Ed Gein and he starts punching him to the point where his mouth is filled with blood. And even when the cops pulled him off, they didn't really pull him off. They kind of nudged him off and went, yeah, take 5 more hits. Like, understandably so. What you just did to my mom, we should let this dude kill you. All of that made for great drama. That made for a great moment.
So he didn't find his mom, but when they searched Gein's farmhouse that evening, they found Bernice Worden's body in a shed, decapitated, gutted, and hung like a deer carcass.
There we go.
Her head was later found inside the house.
There we go. I believe in this again.
Who found the head?
Well, they show when the cops are going through.
Yeah.
He lifted the mattress and her head was underneath the mattress.
Yeah, just probably one of the cops or sheriff.
Because he wanted
her son was
a blowjob later on.
Her son wasn't there. Yeah, her son wasn't there.
This is just so you can't talk about it without you laugh because it's so disturbing, but it's disturbing to laugh at it. I mean, I'm just feel every time I talk about this thing.
So, and it's interesting because it says Frank, the son, it says here, Frank was devastated but not surprised. He long distrusted Gein. In 1957 interview quoted, he knew Ed was odd. and suspected him immediately due to Gain's recent inquiries about antifreeze and his presence at the store. Yeah. So it says Frank's role was critical, but limited to raising the alarm, but not finding the body. So yeah.
That's fine. If that was the like you said, if that was the little added version that they made, that would have been fine.
Yeah.
But
She didn't give him a gift. The way they found his name was because just receipts for buying shit from the store.
okay, because that's the cool part in the movie, and that's where you take this liberty, because that's what makes the dun 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 part. You know, the like, oh, here's his
Did
name.
Did they have a relate? They
No.
didn't. See, and again, exactly.
And
Why would she him? Why would she him?
There might have been something where he maybe once asked her out before, but nothing like what they showed. And that's the up thing is if you're like Bernice's family that is living today, and you just made her look like a whore, annoying old divorcee, low.
Which is how they made her look.
A lonely divorcee that would entertain this younger.
A younger, hotter man that didn't come off creepy. What is the invitation? Would you like to go have lunch or have a drink?
Well, the two girls were like the two girls that met him at the same pharmacy freaked out and ran out of the building.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's.
Listen, I don't know if this is a Wisconsin thing, but at one point he's getting interrogated by the police, and his request is a slice of apple pie with a slice of cheese on top of it. Let me. Is it a Wisconsin thing?
It's people do that.
Let me tell you something. There's a couple ways you could get me to not be your friend. If I see you eating pie with a slice of cheese on it, we're done. Our relationship is done.
Do you put whipped cream on pumpkin pie, on apple pie, or it's apple pie, right? Yeah, apple pie. Do you put whipped cream on apple pie?
That's a dairy. It goes with it.
So
You can do that.
cheese is a dairy.
No.
Cheese is dairy.
I know it is, but no. Let me tell you something. There's certain foods you don't piss your palate off with. Cheese has a very distinct,
Creaminess.
not creamy, a little creamy, but cheese isn't sweet. There's a pungentness to cheese. It don't go with apple pie or anything sweet.
I'm going to tell you.
I disagree.
And that's why you wear dress shoes with shorts.
Hey, easy.
Okay, I'm going to tell you that I did see this before. The people had done this, like I saw some culinary thing, and so I tried it. Would I do it normally? Would I go out and do it? No, but it doesn't ruin it. It doesn't.
Oh
it doesn't,
God, that's disgusting to
no,
me.
it's not. It's not terrible. It's not anything that I seek out. I would
Was
never.
it cheddar cheese or American?
No, it was Swiss, and it was very like. It was,
Oh God,
it was fine. Cheddar is the one that is the Wisconsin style way of doing it. But I've seen
like,
it with
what about like a ricotta though? You can put ricotta on anything.
no,
No?
not a pastry. Listen, man.
Ricotta?
Let me tell you something.
you drink it and you eat it with milk, and it's milk.
Yes!
It's all milk.
No, but okay. I can't explain the chemicals, but there is a chemical in a pastry that's sweet, along with a chemical in a cold milk. They go together, yo. They go together. Cheese disrupts that balance.
Have you ever tried it?
I never would.
Well, see, like when I watch you put all cheese on all those tacos, I know it could taste good, but it's not necessary.
Yeah, but there's a chemical in cheese and ground beef. Just like a cheeseburger, dude. It's a cheeseburger in a shell.
Okay.
It makes sense.
I'm going to tell you with the way that the apple and the it's almost like it's the pastry is like it's like a bread. It's a breading, a bread and
Bread, yes.
apple, cinnamon,
Yes. Spice, sweetness.
and then you put the cheese on it.
Oh, you just ruined
What about
it.
a bagel and cream cheese?
They go together.
What about mascarpone ice cream?
I don't even know what that is.
Mascarpone is awesome on anything. And
What's mascarpone?
it's like a cream cheese, but it's a sweet cream cheese. It's not as dense as a regular cream cheese either. It's more like whipped. Dude, you got to get out of your box a little bit. Just try it. Try it once, and then you can.
Here's something that I noticed, and I don't know if this was a 1950s, 60s, 70s thing, but I noticed it in this, and I noticed it in a lot of other movies and TV shows. Where was this time at where when you would eat supper, they call it supper,
That's Midwest, I thought.
and you have milk to wash it down?
Yeah,
That milk does not go with anything but pastries.
No, people used to
talking
drink
about?
milk all the time.
So you mean to tell me you're going to eat string beans, mashed potatoes with gravy, and meatloaf, and wash it down with milk?
Sounds
That's
so-
disgusting.
That sounds perfect.
No, it sounds disgusting
What?
to me.
Disgusting.
I never understood milk in the first place.
When do you drink milk then?
With cereal,
Pastries and cereals.
Cereal, no.
Sweet things.
coffee goes with pastry. Cereal.
And as much as I'm not a coffee guy, I can understand coffee because of not cocoa, right? Cocoa? Cocoa beans?
It's not cocoa beans.
What is it? It's
Cherries.
That's not cherries.
No, but there's something in
it's cherry
coffee.
pits.
There's a
what?
It's cherry pits. That's what coffee beans are.
They're not cherry pits.
Yeah, they are.
Are they really?
Yeah.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
There's something in coffee. I want to keep saying
They're beans.
cocoa, but there's a thing with coffee that I could see going with a pastry,
Yeah.
like a hot
But you
chocolate.
but you can put milk into your coffee. And,
Cream.
yeah, cream. Is it cherry pits?
I'm looking it up.
It's
How
not
the
cherry
fuck
pits.
do you eat fried
It's beans. They grow beans.
fried chicken with rice and broccoli and wash it down with milk? You don't wash dinner down with milk.
No, first of all, my dad loved milk with everything. Like he would drink milk.
Oh.
That's why I don't drink milk. I'll have milk with cereal. That's about it. That's it. I don't have it with pastry. I don't drink milk. It's not something that I.
A coffee bean is not a true bean, but the seed of a coffee plant. Coffee plant produces red or purple fruits called cherries.
But they're not cherries. That's what it's just.
I mean,
called.
they're a type of cherry.
Okay.
Listen, and you know, as much as people want to go crazy, Ed Gein was crazy. I thought, because he told the cops all the stuff that was in the house, the intestines, the heart, the head, he was framed. He ain't that crazy. He knew to tell them that wasn't me.
Well, the part where he says, "I dug bodies up, but I didn't kill anybody."
And here's my thing: is they're giving him the interrogation. I'm going. So when you find a heart in the pot boiling, and you find intestines and a severed head, and vulvas and lamps with nipples on them, you still got to prove this guy is guilty?
Yeah.
That's insane. You know, this is why.
Well, no, that's not what happened. But continue. I'll tell you.
Well, no, because he ended up in a mental hospital.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't prove that he was a murderer. They
No.
just said he was crazy.
No, they could obviously prove. I think they could have. I mean, he admitted,
he
I think,
was-
to the murders, but
yeah,
he
he-
wasn't fit to stand trial.
He couldn't stand trial. He wasn't able to defend
No,
himself.
he kept saying, "I don't remember murdering anyone."
Yeah, but he
and he
couldn't-
stuck to that.
But he couldn't stand trial for any of it because he was mentally incapable.
Their bodies were those people. They
Yeah.
were found at his house, so
You know,
you could put
maybe
them away.
this is where I'm just barbaric, and I'm living in a take his head off with a guillotine thought process. But I understand humanity. I understand people's rights. But come on, man. We do this to the point where it's almost like we do in favor of the sickos.
Well, this has been talked about before.
We give them chances to get off. Like, dude, we found a heart boiling in a pot. We found intestines in your crib. You gotta go.
No, this is why this kind of scenario is what that rule and stuff is made for. It's for people that are just so detached from reality that, are they even in control of all this?
But when you said they have to prove it, yeah, because today, if that was similar, the way the movie portrayed it, if the police would have just entered the house, they could have maybe possibly thrown all that out.
Just throw it out.
Yeah, it's not evidence because it was illegally attained. There wasn't a search warrant. There was no reason to go into the house.
Right. And they didn't have a search warrant.
So they could just say that you got the. Now, then you could argue, well, we came over there, we were going to do a wellness check, or we would have went to the, I could smell something, and they could go in there and say it. Or the pot was boiling, and and so we knew someone was home, and we thought they were injured. There's things that the police can do to get over that.
Oh, you mean the cops make up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I wonder if they could have just looked in the window, or maybe there's a weird smell coming from the house, and they could just get a warrant. Right,
but I'm just saying that this is why you have to prove it, because there's ways to try to beat the system.
Dude, I got to tell you a scene that kind of got me a little bit because they kind of went graphic with it. So Frank, the cop whose mom was killed, he's all distraught, and they established that at some point Thanksgiving was a big deal to him. So he went to his mother and said, "Hey, Mom, let's make sure we plan out Thanksgiving." She wrote a list what we need to get from the store, and so at one point after he buries his mom and he leaves the church, his partner, the sheriff, says to him, "Look, man, if there's anything you need, anything you want, I'm here for you." And then, Frank kind of just, he's lost, and he just goes, "What about Thanksgiving?" And the sheriff goes, "You're going to come to my house." So they show him, he goes to the sheriff's house, but before he gets there, the sheriff, he's got his kids running around. It's very festive. He gives his wife a surprise, and it's an electric turkey cutter. Cut to Frank comes over. Everybody's sitting down for Thanksgiving. They say grace, and then they reveal this turkey cutter. And as he turns it on, and he's cutting into the turkey meat, it freaks him out because he's thinking about how his mom got carved up. And then they actually cut to Ed Gein has now replaced the sheriff, and instead of cutting up a turkey, it's his mother's body on the table, dressed up like a turkey, and he's cutting into her flesh. And of course, they cut to his face, and he's damn about to faint. I'm going, the sheriff didn't think that might be inappropriate. Like, him and the wife didn't rally up and go, maybe this ain't a good idea.
Did you know it was going to happen right when you got the turkey cutter?
Yeah.
I knew that was going to probably freak me
You
out.
saw that coming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know it until he turned it on. But you wouldn't have thought.
No, as soon as they turned that on, and people did have those. I mean, people thought.
No, but I'm just saying, if you're the sheriff,
yeah, you go. That's going to be up my friend. I'm not going to turn that on.
would you have thought really seriously? Would that have entered your head?
I don't know. I don't know. I never understood why you need an electric knife. This is too hard for you.
You're thinking practical.
But that was a hell of a scene that they filmed.
Yeah.
That was a scene. What do you got? What do you got on there next? Because there's some other stuff going on here.
And I wanted to ask you, what does it say about the community when they want to buy things via the auction? When they were auctioning off stuff from his house, and people showed up in huge crowds to purchase. What does it say about us as a society?
It shows how up we are. It really does. It's this. They want a piece of this tragedy. I don't know. I think it's a little bit maybe control too, because if you can have it and you can control it, then it doesn't. I don't know if that's it.
I can't even begin to reason with that.
I can't. I tried.
That would creep me out to have that in my house.
I could not have it in my house. I have things that I think have bad energy that I keep in plastic bags in my storage unit.
Right.
Because I don't want even the energy to get out of those things. Like you'd say, well, you get them away. Because some people may want them someday. That's why I keep it. But I don't even want them because it affect me. Is that true? Did the house burn down?
Yeah, I think so.
Did someone burnt it down?
Yeah.
Do they know who did it though?
I don't think they know who did it.
That makes sense though. That's the way you're supposed to do it.
But it wasn't, and again, small detail that probably doesn't matter. It was a court order, not driven by Frank.
To burn down the house?
No, to do the auction.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, just whatever.
Because they have to get money back, right?
That's creative licensing. Yeah, probably.
Let me ask you this. It's an actor's dream to play certain roles because you go, that could win me an Oscar. If you're an actor, can you play this dude, especially when he was dancing in a fully made human skin suit? Could you do any of that? The putting the panties on? And
I think taking the challenge of going so deep Yeah, if you're really as an actor, it's like a full-blooded yes, I'm an actor, to go that deep into that character. But I would be worried about how mentally that affects you. Watching it, I feel like affects you, but playing it, and then how many takes? How many takes do you have to do?
It wouldn't affect me at all because, listen, I think sometimes these actors like to be dramatic and go, oh, it's like, the mental psychoses. Stop it. You're playing a role. When the director yells action, you do it. When he says cut, it's over.
Depends on which kind of acting you studied. There's some people who stay in character the whole time.
I remember I saw Denzel on a panel with a bunch of other actors at a round table. And he goes, give me a break. When people go, making movies is hard, but it's hard. It's a privilege. This ain't hard. This is easy. Send your kid to Iraq. Send your kid to war. That's hard. Being a garbage man is hard.
Being a bricklayer.
Stop it. Knock it off. Like, stop taking this so seriously. That's how I feel about this. To me, I'm a kid in a candy store. If I'm going, this might give me an Emmy. This might give me an Oscar. Let me play. Put me in the suit because I know it's not real.
That makes sense, but I mean, some people take this to the highest level they can possibly go. And when you have Jack Nicholson saying, "Hey, man, this is going to affect you mentally," I mean, obviously, there's some people that go deeper. There are some people that go deeper, Aries.
All right.
I'm not saying I don't know which one it is that you what I would be. I don't particularly like. I acted when I was in high school. That was the last time, and in college actually a little bit. But I don't know. I like if I took on if that was the role though, man. You would have to own it because there's no way that if you didn't own it, it would look.
Oh no, you can't half-ass that.
Yeah, that has to be.
You might be able to wear a half-ass, but you can't half-ass that.
The one who did it the best though is I still think the dude who Silence of the Lambs
Anthony Hopkins.
No, the guy who plays the drag guy, the guy.
Oh, in Silence of the Lambs.
In Silence of the Lambs, that
right.
That the way he did it, and that's his reference. That's him doing it. I thought he played that.
Tucking your dick between your thighs.
When he's putting, and they address that in this one when he's putting on the lipstick and goes, I'd me. The way he did it in Silence of the Lambs, he's awesome in that. So, that's probably, but see, this is the thing.
Ted Levine.
That's probably his best, and he's not even, I don't even know if people actually know it's him in a lot of parts that he's played after that. Mm-hmm. That's his best role. I mean, were you as an actor?
I don't recall him in anything other than that.
Oh, no, he's been in a lot of other movies.
Oh, he was in The Hills Have Eyes, too.
He's been in a lot of other.
The Hills Have Eyes. I know who he is now. Yeah, he was also in
he's been
American Gangster.
Yeah, he's in cop in a lot of
yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
But that's for him that you have to do that as the actor. You're bringing that to that.
He was in Heat.
He brought it.
Yes.
Yeah, he brought it, man.
Yeah.
And that's and an oddity to play an oddity. I mean, you have to really give of yourself. I think as an actor to encompass that role, you have to give up a lot of you and any kind of connection that you have to the outside world that you are allow yourself to do that.
And I would love that challenge.
But you agree with what I said there, right?
Yeah.
Because anything you bring, any insecurity that you bring, I'm insecure about doing it because I'm going to look like this or I'm going to look like that. It'll ruin the role.
I want to do it. I want to go full throttle. I would love to do that.
So that's the beauty of it, being able to go that far out.
When he goes and he's into the mental hospital, particularly when he has his session with the therapist, and then there's the one nurse before she gets fired who kind of looks out for him a little bit. And I said, at some point, unlike Dahmer, who you just went, there's no way you feel any type of empathy for this dude. A William Gacy, the worst of the worst, the Ted Bundy, and particularly when they were talking about how, which we now know is not true, how these other serial killers was influenced by him. Here's the thing.
Some of them did say that they knew who he was, though. The other serial killers, I think Bundy did know who he was.
But when we get to episode, once he gets locked up and he's put into the psych ward, I think that was around episode 6 or 7.
7.
And I'm starting to go, damn, they got a whole other episode and this to go, like 2 more episodes. So I thought, all right, this thing is about to slow down. But what I also liked that they did was in trying to say how the other guys were influenced by him, they show the Ted Bundy thing, and they show how he murdered some girls. And I just went, especially that one, and I know that to be true, when he went into the college and he beats the girl over the head with whatever he's beating her over the head with. And it's so violent and so, oh my God, that I just went, there's no way you feel any type of thing for these dudes other than blow them away. There were moments with Ed Gein where I go, are they trying to humanize this
Yes,
nigga?
they did. Yes, they did. Because that's the whole scene where the doctor says, but we have medication now. And so now you see him medicated, and he's like, now they want you, he's different. But then they also bring you back to that, because then they said when he's praying, he's asked God if there's a way that he could still do his hobby.
The way he was crying and he had the seizure, and then the way the nurse before she got fired was looking out for him. I'm just going, listen, I know there are people, and I think you're one of them, that no matter what, you realize the human and everything, and the beauty in human beings. And I'm just going, do y'all not forget what this did?
No,
how are y'all acting like he's not that dude?
There's a cap on it. You have to realize what they've done, and that has to stay there. That has to stay there, because that means, okay, let's say the medication does keep you normal, but what happens is the person in you still did that. The medication goes away, then you become that person again. Yes, I think, but I don't think those people should ever be released out to the public again.
It would be hard for me to work in that psych ward or whatever. Morning, Ed. Just so casual with it, like they were. Hi, good morning, Ed. Like, you're sick.
Well, he's proven himself to be a different person in there, because she says to him, I'm going home early. Do you mind locking up? This guy's got the keys. And at first I was like, is he visualizing this himself mentally? Is this not really actually happening?
Well, here's where they got us until they revealed it. Because at first, I went, this is where it takes a turn where I go, oh, this is when they fire the nurse that was kind to him.
Yeah.
And then comes this nurse.
Yeah.
And she's talking to him, down to him, giving him orders, telling him what he's not going to do, being mean to him. And then when he has the keys, he goes and he opens up the one door, and there's a chainsaw in there. So then he goes and he kills this nurse violently. And I go, just when I thought this thing was over, one more good kill. But it was a fantasy.
Yeah.
It wasn't real. This whole thing is fugazi.
Did he, what was his life like in, does it say what his life was in the mental institution?
It seems like that part might be somewhat accurate. I don't know.
Did he have any influence? Was there any of the killers later in life that knew who he was? Because I thought from the Psycho movie, I know one killer's mentioned him before. I don't know which one it is.
So, wait, I just had it. So when they say like John, so who were the ones that they had they had Ted Bundy.
He had Ted Bundy.
John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne
Gacy, I mean, he might have known.
Who was the dude?
From him,
who
but
was
he
the
didn't
dude? Who was the
ever
dude?
cite that.
The man with the woman tits.
Spectre.
Listen, man, let me tell you something. Had they shown this moment in episode 1, I wouldn't have watched this series. There's a dude. What was it? You just said it. What was his name?
It was a Richard Spectre.
There's a guy named Richard Spectre.
It's fake boobs.
With fake boobs. And at one point, a black cellmate, basically the black cellmate says, I'll give you some, he offered him something, some type of drugs.
Well, it's cigarette to, I forgot. He had a menu.
Anyway, I'll let you get what you want if you f me in my ass. And they show this brother, and I mean, it's really graphic. This nigga's doggy style, this dude, with a man with tits.
They were good tits, though.
Man, that almost, I couldn't get that image out of my head for 20 minutes. Oh, God. Oh, God.
And then you came? I was sitting on that for like 10 seconds going, nah, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it.
Oh.
No, that...
So if they gave you that role to play that black dude,
No.
it's called method
I
acting.
no, I don't see the benefit of that.
Okay, what if you played
What if he was the main character?
Would you play the dude with the tits?
Turn the camera off. I wouldn't do that either.
That spec guy never wrote Gein or anything. That seemed kind of all made up. As well as that Ted Bundy thing. He never sat with FBI or anything.
Yeah, I didn't think that was true.
Oh my!
That's more
Like,
of a,
why make that up?
because that's a call back to Silence of the Lambs. He's going in and getting information from someone in prison.
Man. Why you gonna quit me like that?
This movie is more about the 3 movies that were based on Ed Gein than they were on Ed Gein. It should have been called the Make-Believe Stories, the 3 Make-Believe Stories of Ed Gein.
Listen, if somebody had told me this before watching it, I don't think I would have watched it. And B, if I did watch it, I wouldn't have the same, because I'd go, yeah, they told me this is fake. They told me this was made up. But if you don't know that, yo, this is a great watch.
It is a great watch, and you should watch it because but I don't think if you have any trepidation about like these kind of things, don't watch it. But if you just want a good scare, well, now that we know that this isn't so real, it takes a lot of that away.
It does.
So yeah, anybody should watch this.
Oh.
Let me give out some dates, man. It wasn't bad though, man.
I will say though, like the turning it around and making you just be freaked out about this guy, then turn around and have sympathy for him, and then selling the auction stuff, and then the fact that we've taken this and we've morphed it into other stories, and like
it says
Alfred
more about us.
Hitchcock was saying how now it just gets more extreme. Everybody wants more and more. And I don't know. I find it interesting that it's kind of it's like an homage, but it's so up because why do we need that? But it just like you
But it's kind of like what you're doing, Aries, right now. If you think about it, why we're so up is because like now that you found out this wasn't as up as what you thought, it's not as good to you.
Because I thought I was watching something that actually happened.
But shouldn't you feel like, oh, I'm glad this stuff didn't happen, but you're like almost angry and disappointed that it didn't
now we wish.
Well, I
it
mean,
happened.
I can't help that it happened, so I don't take no responsibility for
Right,
that.
but I
But
mean-
if you're gonna sell me the thing, sell me the truth.
But our appetite for it is there. And I think that's what this brings out. It's like when you watch The Walking Dead. Who's the more dangerous people, the zombies or the people that are living?
The zombies.
The zombies, are coming to eat you, and because that's the zombie's job. But you're battling the other clans of humans.
I don't even fuck about that. I don't want to be eaten by no zombie.
But the people are going to kill you. The zombies, you just have to avoid the zombies. The other people are seeking you out, and they're taking you out.
Yeah, but I don't want to be bit.
I'm
by a
telling you,
zombie.
they're equally as dangerous. The humans are just as dangerous as the zombies, and that's, I think, a little bit about what your point is. It shows us who we are.
I love the ending where they're showing the Chainsaw Massacre and Bundy and all that stuff. I don't know.
I loved it too, but it loses it for me that I know it's not real.
And
But the other things are real. Bundy is real. What's his face? The guy who paints the clowns. Gacy.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are all real. People want those Gacy clowns. Like they spend big money to get the clowns that Gacy paints.
Like for real, that's real.
Yeah.
Oh, I started looking. I was like, oh, I wonder if
Incidentally, there is a Gacy thing. If it's not out already, because Kolsch hit me up. He said it's on Peacock, but there is a 8-part series on Gacy.
I'm not doing that one with kids in the basement.
I saw the preview for that one. Yo, that's
Yeah, I'm not watching that.
you're not watching that?
I don't think so, man. I can't watch the.
But did he kill kids?
Yeah. There's kids buried underneath his house.
Really?
Yeah.
growing up
I thought they were like young men.
Kids.
Are you sure?
because he would do.
Can you look it up?
Yeah.
I thought it was young men, like 20-year-old men.
I think.
that was
I think
Dahmer,
he has. I think he has.
No,
some 20.
Dahmer had a thing for nigger meat, sweet nigger meat.
Oh, who doesn't?
Dahmer had a thing for sweet meat.
Well, he
He loved gay black men.
no. What happened was he killed white dudes at first, and then he killed a black dude. And what do they say?
Once you eat
Oh,
black,
Gacy did
you never
kill
go
young
back.
men and boys.
Young men and boy. Whoa.
Young men and boys. Like he liked younger.
Like
And they was
kids,
kids-
though.
there's kids
You just
paired in
type in, did Gacy kill kids?
Most victims were aged 15 to 21, with a few as young as 14 and as old as 22.
It's teenagers.
Oh, okay. So there's the difference.
You should be able to stomach.
if you were too
you should
old,
be able to
if
stomach
you were
teenagers.
too old to trick or treat, you belong underneath this house.
Yeah, there's a lot of
There's a way to-
16, 17, 18, 15,
Wait,
17,
say that again.
16,
If you're too old to
16,
trick or treat.
You belong underneath this house.
Wait, if you're too old to trick or treat.
You're something that I
There's
can
a
eat.
way that
There's something you're someone I can eat. That is disgusting, man. Listen, man, it's too much, man. I question humanity as it is, and then as you see these things, the breakdown is even further.
You know, listen, you know these people exist. You know they're out there. But even though you know, it's so unbelievable to think there are people out there like that.
But it's weird because when's the last time this has happened? Like
Well,
the
no,
serial killers was kind of like a 70s, 80s.
You know what's
thing.
scary about that? You know what that means?
Someone's out there.
We about to
No, it is happening. It's still happening, but we're so used to murder that it has to happen in such a graphic way for it to get
No,
attention.
but we talking about something that catches
No,
headlines where it's like there's a manhunt. This motherfucker's on the loose.
It happened in
People
Arizona.
are scared.
when those guys were killing people, it was
I didn't even hear about that.
yeah. This is years ago. It was a comedian's brother. There was actually
How many people he killed?
A comedian's brother
yeah. Look it up.
was killing people?
yeah,
Dude, the fact that we don't even know about it like that.
yeah.
means
It
it's
was
not
all
a big
over the
deal.
it was all over the news. He was raping. It was raping.
Did you know
and killing
about it,
people.
Mark? Did you know about it?
No.
I didn't know about it.
Okay,
I'm talking about.
Which comedian?
I'm trying to remember
exactly.
the name so that I can tell you.
This
so
is
can
how
look
you
it
know
up.
it's not big enough.
What do I type in?
Look in. It was Arizona. I think it was Phoenix. Go Phoenix. Serial.
Y'all not hearing me.
I know what you're saying.
When
because
it's big.
it was all over the news.
Bundy was big. Richard Ramirez was big. Dahmer was big.
Well, you know why? Because they were working. Richard Ramirez was working in a big market. See, if you're going to be a killer and you want to be famous, you got to work in a big market. You can't go to a small
You
market
can do it in
town.
Wisconsin.
No, you do it there, but it doesn't get the press that you're going to get in New York or L.A.
Ed Gein was from Wisconsin.
Yeah, but he didn't. That's why you didn't know that all this stuff was about him for the most part, and then you didn't even know that they pulled the wool over your eyes on this because it's not a big market. You got to be if you want to.
Wait. Milwaukee's not a big market.
No, it's not. You got to be a big market guy. You got to go to New York. You got to go to L.A. Those are the big markets. If you don't kill people there, you ain't going to get famous as you want to be.
No. But Dahmer was huge, and he was from Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's true.
Mark Godot?
No.
Godot?
Where was Ted Bundy from?
He was from L.A., wasn't he?
Oh, let me see. He was like transient. He was going everywhere.
Who?
Listen,
Ted Bundy?
listen. Here,
He killed on the road.
I got the name. I remembered it. I feel bad even bringing this up. This guy doesn't need this brought up all the time.
He's a famous comedian?
No, he's a local comedian in Arizona, and his brother was the one that was doing this.
He should have got on stage and told the crowd, listen, if I don't kill, my brother will.
Yeah, you know what's really funny? It's just not really funny, but it's about this repressive kind of idea. He runs clean comedy shows.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Hausner.
Hausner. Randy?
Uh-huh. Look up Randy Hausner's brother, killer, and
It says Dale Hausner and Samuel Dietman. Did they do it in pair?
I think so. It was a.
Yeah, but they just did drive-by shootings.
Telling you, dude, not big. It was not big.
Oh, he got death sentence? Oh. Yeah. What
Wasn't
about
big.
it? Yeah. I mean, they shot people.
Yeah, it was.
I want the strangling.
You want the artistry
I
of
want
it?
the-
You want the artistry
You
of this?
want, you want a Picasso,
Anybody
nigga.
could pull a trigger.
But I think that's part of it. There are people that are being It's come up before that there's people there's strings of killings. And,
I mean, now we got mass shooters.
It's not the same thing.
yeah.
We talking about sick, sadistic motherfuckers.
Yeah, this again, the artistry is missing. This affected me too because there was a girl that I did know in college that her boyfriend, I don't know if he had a bad trip or whatever, not really her boyfriend, the guy that she was seeing, they were in the woods and she didn't come back. And they identified her in kind of a just creepy way. Like, so this kind of affects me differently because of that. I think about her, and I didn't know her well. I only met her a few times. Really nice girl. But it just takes one sadistic person just to lose their.
No, they were probably fighting, right?
I don't know if they were. No, I don't think they were fighting.
Oh.
I think he just took her out there to kill her. Like, we don't know. That's again. It goes back to the thing. That's what's the scariest. You don't know. It could be one of us three. We don't know. But no, you really don't know. You don't know. It's the guy on the bus that you might have just said hello to the right way, was good with you, but took someone else out. I mean, those guys who push people in front of those trains, I mean, why? We don't know why these people snap. We don't know why they're doing what they're doing.
They gotta go, son. Private island. Hunt them.
That's why people in the Midwest are so nice. They don't know which one of their neighbors is going to try to kill them.
Well, they live further apart, so they have more privacy. It's harder to think about it. It's harder to be. You couldn't do that kind of shit in the Gein stuff if you're living in New York. Man, you run your chainsaw at 3:00 in the morning. Someone's going to come bust down your door and kick your ass.
Chainsaw up there?
What the f*** you doing? I'm trying to sleep. You're going to be done before it ever goes down. Yeah. It's funny as we try to make it. It's really not funny, man. And I try to make all tragedy funny, but sometimes it's all tragedy is.
So do you recommend that people watch this?
Yeah, but don't do no history about it.
Watch it for the show
just
itself.
watch it.
Yeah, don't watch it to know. I think it's a great homage to those three films. That's the way that I would put it. If you want to see the guy that these three films are based on, then this is worth watching. I think it's good. All right, guys, here's where we're going to be. Next week, we're in, where are we? Huntsville.
We should have mentioned last week that we debuted the voicemails. Like, mentioned it. Oh, man, we still could probably do that, right?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
You know what we'll do? We'll do it right at the beginning before the podcast even starts. You do it.
Right now?
No. After we're done, we'll just record a little piece that you just put right at the top of it,
Right.
and you'll say, all right, guys, here we go again. Levity Live, October 20. Oh, I skipped over. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, Levity Live, Huntsville, October 23rd to the 25th. October 30th through the 2nd of November, we're going to be at in Austin, Texas, at the Cap City Comedy Club. November 6th to the 9th, we're going to be at the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville, Florida. November 13th through the 16th, the Chicago Improv in Schaumburg. November 21st to the 23rd, Oxnard, Levity Live. November 28th to the 30th, Fort Lauderdale Improv. Aries is going to be there for that Thanksgiving weekend, and I will be at the Stir Crazy Comedy Club out in Phoenix or Westgate area. December 5th, we're going to be at the Flag Star at Westbury Music Fair. That's one night only, December 5th. And December 6th, we're going to be at Veterans Memorial Auditorium in Providence, Rhode Island. Those are the dates. If you want more dates, go to ariespears.com. All his dates are on his website.
Just to wrap this up, this is an interview with Ed Gein, so you can hear his voice. It's kind of hard to make out, but yeah.
You work all night at that then? I should think, yeah, that's right. What would you do with the sexual part? Certain things. One was painted, they said. And that one, when they died, yeah.
He didn't even sound like that.
Yeah, he still has he still has the accent from there.
Yeah, but that's a totally different key.
Yeah, because maybe
When
he
he
can.
talks, his mother doesn't know. That's a totally different voice.
It's gravelier.
Oh,
This one's just weird. Yeah.
Jesus.
I was so excited about it when it ended. I was like, this Adeline girl just
It
seems
ain't
so
really what it
fascinating.
appears to be. This is like the transgender of serial killer movies.
See, you just summed it up. This is
Well,
what it
and
is.
that's one of the things they tried to do was portray him like, is he a trans person? But he wasn't. He just like he didn't do the dressing up. He just
He put on a woman's dress
but he just
and heels.
but he more just like wore their skin to try to replicate his mother.
No. That one opening scene, the first time we see him with the face,
Oh yeah,
he had a full dress on. From head to toe.
I don't know if he wore a dress or
But
just the skin.
if
but
that was acting out
he
his
didn't
mother,
do the
if it was.
he didn't do the lingerie. Yeah, if he was just doing his mother, that it's like different.
There are some people that wear women's lingerie because, and they're not trans. They're just there's something.
Well, and they address it because when he was talking to, remember with the scene with the radios or whatever, when he was in the mental institution where he was talking to that one like trans singer or something, or actor, I don't know what she was.
That was another thing. Holy shit.
Yeah, that never happened. She was like, no, you're not trans. You're actually objectifying women. Like it's this other thing.
Yeah.
She called him a gynophiliac. That's when you eroticize the female body so much you wish to put it on. And then I just went, how is there a term for everything? You know, that's like when in the Avengers, Infinity War, when Rocket says that's a made up word, and Thor goes, all words are made up. Like, how the f did they know that a Tyrannosaurus Rex is a Tyrannosaurus Rex, different from a Dilophosaurus? Who names these?
I think that's an easier one to come up with. Yeah.
The Namosaurus.
There you go. How do you come up with this term gynophiliac? Well, who defined that?
Because
who says that's what that is?
They're little pieces of other words they put together, usually from Latin.
Yeah. Is that entomology?
Is it?
Whatever the study of linguistics or whatever.
All right.
So that's a show that we don't know if we recommend or don't recommend.
Nah, I recommend it, but just,
take it with a grain of salt.
Don't listen to this podcast and then watch it.
Well, it's too late. They already heard it.
Yeah, it is too late.
Well, can I get you I wrote some quotes down that I thought sounded funny. Can I get you to say them?
As the character?
Yeah. We'll do. I already did you to warm. I sure could use a slice of apple pie.
I sure could use a slice of that apple pie.
It's a little bit puzzly.
It's a little bit puzzly.
And ain't that queer?
I want to Mark in the ass.
Ain't that queer?
Ain't he queer?
Whatever. All right.
That's his show.
Spears and Steinberg.
Thanks for listening to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. For more information on where to find us on the internet, visit spearsburgpod.com.